great, Connell. Thank you so much. I know those headlines are crossing so quickly. Thank you, Connell. Well, the year 2007 was not a great year to be a CEO. 1,271 chief executives lost their jobs, and many of those CEOs have no doubt connected with ExecuNet. Over the past 20 years, ExecuNet has helped thousands of chief executives connect with each other, recruiters and decision makers at leading companies. And with today's job numbers little over an hour away, ExecuNet has its 2008 Executive Job Market Report out, and here to tell us more about it in today's edition of the C-Suite Sit Down are ExecuNet CEO Dave Opton and Mark Anderson, the ExecuNet's chief economist and president. You're also the founder, Dave, we should note. So let's start off, Dave, with what is ExecuNet?
Well, we are a career and business network for senior level executives and professionals. We've been connecting business leaders since 1988, as you mentioned. And it really was built over the idea of there was a dearth of information, career management information, at the senior executive level. So we've been trying to do that by connecting executive leaders both online and off, by providing business-related information as well as professional development career information for executives, both online and off, and also creating an environment where organizations that are seeking senior level talent can come into an environment and meet people who are interested perhaps in making a change, and to do that in a way that is both personal and confidential.
I was actually reading your bio talking about executive talent. I was reading that you were actually part of Xerox at one point, too.
I was.
Mark, let's talk about what's coming out, what came out in this report. What were the findings? What were the highlights?
The highlights are really two things. There's opportunity even within today's economic slowdown for executives, and it actually varies by sector. And it's important for executives to understand that. The top areas of growth are clearly high-tech, healthcare, business services, pharmaceuticals and biotech, and energy and utilities. Kind of a silver lining to higher energy prices is the search for alternatives and expansion is really driving new opportunities for executives in new sectors. As well, environmental products are growing very rapidly.
Mark, was there anything in the report that surprised you?
In terms of it, the demand for talent is overriding the economic slowdown, at least on the executive level. And that's very important for people to realize. And the opportunities are out there in the marketplace, even as we read headlines that seem to be very bleak in terms of economic forecasts.
Talk about some of the controversies that you face in this business.
Well, I think to build on what Mark has said, I think a lot of it comes from the fact that people get a perception from the media and others that the sky is falling. And as Mark pointed out, at least the data that we have and the report that you mentioned at the outset would suggest that the sky is not falling.
Right.
We talk to corporate recruiters every day. We talk to executive recruiters every day. And as you'll see in the report, it says 60% of them are saying that on the corporate side that they expect growth of around 10%. On the executive search side, 17%. And within the context of what you hear every day, this is not what I would call a sky is falling scenario.
Okay, so you've been doing this recruiting and human resources for over 35 years. So what are 3 rules that you live by? We're trying to learn from you here and all of your experience when it comes to business, and expect your employees to live by as well.
Well, I don't know if I would call them rules so much as I would a belief, but I would say first and foremost that every relationship that we have, whether it's inside or outside the organization, is built on trust. Secondly, that we want a culture that feels like we are working with, not for. And I guess lastly, to remember that everything that we do, everything that we say, reflects on us both individually and collectively.
Well, I think those are great rules. Nice job. Dave Opton and Mark Anderson, we are so happy that you were able to join us with ExecuNet and give us the latest from the report. Thanks for giving us some insight, and also telling everybody that the sky is not falling, right? And there are some growing areas there for CEOs.